So Matthew Lythgoe with us. Hello, Matthew. It's really nice to have you here. And if you could please give us a few words of introduction.
Sure, Kacper. So I've been in retail in CEE for 20 years now. Was a CFO of Pepco, one of the founding team there for 12 years. After that, I was with Newbridge, a major Polish mall operator, for 3 years. My most recent job was as the chairman of Optical Investment Group, the largest retail opticians in Romania. We have just exited that, sold the business to EssilorLuxottica, and now I'm still focused on retail in the CEE and have decided to take this opportunity with Zeme.
Sounds like really lots of success. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on your latest exit. So obviously you know retail inside out, and I'm curious what challenges you see for retail in Poland in the coming years.
I think the biggest challenges at the moment is the increase in the cost base. Store labor especially is becoming very difficult to access and to retain. I think there's been quite a lot of cannibalization in the industry. Several chains are reaching their maximum potential in Poland, and they have to think of other ways to expand, whether it's omni-channel or whether it is by opening new formats. And a third challenge, I think, is the general geopolitical environment and the amount of government interference in the industry has been quite high over the past 5 years. So I do see those challenges, but in general, I'm an optimist.
Okay, interesting, because from what you're saying, there's quite a lot of challenges and you still stay an optimist.
I have always been an optimistic person when it comes to retail in Poland. I've lived here through the two great crises, 2008 and then the lockdowns of 2020. And each time the industry has come out leaner but stronger. I think it's an excellent consumer market. What you have here is a growing disposable income, very aspirational population, and I would say an increasing stock of modern space. And what's been really positive for the last 10 years is that it's not just foreign investors. There are some excellent Polish-owned businesses which are competitive, not just in Poland, but also now able to expand into other European markets. So totally positive and looking forward to the next 10 years of growth.
Oh, wow. It's good to have an optimist in the room. So thanks for sharing that. And I'm curious if you look at our industry from your perspective, from a perspective of a CFO, what's waste management for a CFO? How do you see it?
I think from the CFO's point of view, I would be lying if I didn't say that primarily this is a cost issue. It's important in retail to understand your cost base. And this is an industry where 0.1% matters. And that you need to be able to firmly control your variable costs and also to understand your fixed cost base. I think once you consider your main variable costs, which can be your rent and your labor, heat and light, then after that, waste management is an element of those variable costs where it's possible to get some savings. And the multiplier effect is really important in this industry. So if you are able to save 10 zloty or 20 zloty per store, that's worth arguing about, because you multiply it by 12, you multiply it by your store numbers, and suddenly you might have an amount of a few 100,000 that you can drop onto your bottom line. Now, you can do a couple of things with that. When you have a low cost base, you're able to make more mistakes, try new things, whether it's new categories or new formats. Or alternatively, you can reinvest that in price and make sure that you pass on those savings to your customers, which can be important in a market like Poland, where the consumer is extremely sophisticated.
Okay. So for waste management, in your view, in your opinion, is it just about to be the cheapest possible, to put as small amount on an invoice as possible, or are there any other values or any other directions that you as a CFO would look in?
It's no longer only about cost. First of all, the new waste management legislation makes this a mandatory challenge that you have to deal with.
True.
Secondly, having an efficient waste management process can contribute to your ESG goals. And I think that ESG is important, both for corporates, but also the customers do find social responsibility and sustainability an important value. And you can't ignore that at the moment. Then I think a final issue, but maybe the biggest benefit for retailers, is that your app minimizes the time that the store labor is away from the shop floor. Because your operative will come into the store, 3 or 4 clicks on the app, the waste is taken away. This is far quicker than the processes that I've been used to. And with store labor costs being one of the biggest sources of pressure for store models at the moment, I think anything that reduces your store staff's time away from the customer-facing element of their day and less frustration for them is something that can be really positive for operations directors and for area managers. I think that they're going to see the value of that.
And as you mentioned before, you joined Zeme as a shareholder, which makes me really happy and proud. But I'm curious, on your side, what was the rationale behind this decision? Apart from the product that you saw that you like, what else was valuable for you?
I am always looking for a growing company in a growing market. So Zeme has been growing very quickly for the last 4 years. Has come out of the lockdown process very strongly, adding new customers. I like that you're a startup, but a startup with a solid product, and a product that is easy to understand and easy to explain to retailers. I think the market potential is excellent, not just in Poland, but also in other CEE countries. And I like the team, very focused on their customers, young, full of energy, nice guys to work with, and I'm really optimistic about this process.
Cool. So thanks for your trust, and I must say I also like this part of our business where we have the digital part, which is usually very quick. It's easier and quicker to do things, in digital world, but also we have the physical world and its own challenges, and mixing those two is super interesting for me. So and it's great to have shareholders like you who can help and advise. So thanks for being with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is an industry that is constantly evolving.
Oh yeah.
And I think that you've got a solution that is able to adapt to all areas of the industry. And I guess as the business grows, we can also look to expand beyond Poland's borders as well and look at other CEE markets. I see a big future for the business. Yeah?
Who knows? Let's do it. All right. Thanks a lot, Matthew. Thank you.
Thank you.